Alright, what's up guys? I'm back. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I moved, and because of COVID-19 coronavirus, took like 2 weeks to get internet, had to cancel Comcast, ended up getting AT&T fiber. Now we got that super fast internet, which is great. But I sold all my builds, and by meaning that, look how I've leveled this league. I sold my Bane, I sold my Cock Assassin, I sold my this was Hierophant, Perfect Ice Nova. I sold my Impale build, which had an insanely good foil on them. I sold the Poison build. I sold the Ice Shot build. Actually, the Poison build may still have some gear on them. But anyways, made a bleed build Scion that I was following from another YouTuber. And had fun. Actually leveled to Deathless. And it was really strong. I was like, yo, Scion's kind of cool. Didn't end up putting any more money into it, just played the Impel build, and then I saw my friends playing this Scion Herald stacking build, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. I tried it, I didn't do it right the first time at all. I threw like 20x at it, it didn't work, I was frustrated. I sold everything off for like 15x, and I lost 5x and said screw it. Then I found a decent guide that made way more sense, and I said, you know what, let me try this again. So I went back at it again, followed Somad's guide, it was like a 20 to 30x budget guide, and I nailed it. Since then, I've done some upgrades, but I started pretty casual. I started with just the 7-slot voices, the 3, Heraldry Purposeful Harbinger, 3 Heraldry Purposeful Harbinger, and then 3 Endbringer Purposeful Harbingers. But since then, I started leveling. Then I've added in some pretty big upgrades, 20x Unnatural Instinct, Corrupted Blood on Ring of Blades. I had 6 links, now I'm down to 4 links with jewel sockets. I still need to upgrade a couple more of those. I think I need to get at least one more right here. So I can run my prismatic, save a point here, save a point here. So then I'd be able to run this jewel, put in the socket, and then run a small, which would be +2 all attributes, 6% maximum energy, something like this, right? But then at level 100, I'll be able to spec in the energy from Nod, or however you say that word. So that would allow me to have thick ES. I'd probably pretty close to 8k ES with some crazy ES regen. Again, though, if you want to get started in this build, I will link my PoB. You can just follow it, but try and save money. Buy only 7-slot voices. Do not buy the best medium cluster jewels. You can buy the crappy ones. I don't know if I have one still. I might. This one maybe. Yeah, this is 6. This is a jewel socket, but even the 6 without a jewel socket is not going to be that expensive right now. So you could be able to get that. And then you can upgrade to ones like this that are 4 increased damage by a herald with like a minute or a passive on it, and the damage and the jewel socket. Anyways, this was pretty cheap. It was like 90C, not even kidding. It's actually probably worth a whole lot more. I think the person that sold it did not realize what they were selling, and so I yoinked it, got it quick. This, I bought the first one for like a couple of chaos. Then I realized I wanted to run another Herald, or Aura, excuse me. So I picked up the Hatred as mana reservation for 9x. It's probably like 7, 8x now. This is cheap. It's come down way in price. A Shav is pretty much very affordable now. These are like 50 to 80C, uncorrupted. You can get a corrupted one for like pennies, like nothing. But again, you'll have to upgrade that in the future. It's just if you want to deal with that. I made these myself, got super lucky on my first try. I actually had a mana roll on them, and I needed to get rid of it. So I got off the mana roll with a remove prefix, add suffix, and we added the chaos res suffix, which wasn't a great deal, but it's not a bad thing. But in this build, it's huge, as I need chaos res. So this ended up being my first shot this league. I've done it last league as well. I'm making Tailwind elusive boots, and these are great. I did not have this to start off with. I just had like a legit crystal belt I chaos spammed. It cost me all of 5C to make. This one was pretty expensive as it has the big strength you need for the build. It has the increased maximum energy shield. It has mana. It has damage during any flask. And I crafted the evasion and maximum energy shield on it. There might be a better craft I could put on this. I didn't even realize that. I'll have to PoB what's the better craft for this, but there's probably something on there I could do. Anyways, tons of auras you have to run, so as you can see, taking gear off. Not fun. Let's put these back on. Oops, not that one. That one. Alright, we're good. As you can see, that's all the stuff I'm running. I could run more, But to run more, you're looking at getting -1 mana here, -1 mana on some of these, -1 mana just throughout the build. And you can do that, but when you do that with stats you want, like this one has increased spell damage, increased physical damage, increased maximum energy shield. I don't do attacks since I do a spell, so that last part doesn't work. But if I was to get corrupted with -1% mana, that would be a multiple X jewel instead of like the 15C I paid for that. So you see how this build scales linearly. So you just keep throwing money at it, it just keeps getting stronger. To where most builds, as you keep throwing money, you get like a diminishing returns, and it's gonna get 9% stronger, then 7% stronger, then 5% stronger. This thing just keeps pumping, and that's why I recommend people try it, is it's just so damn broken, but it works so well with the Delirium League mechanic. I got to the point where I wasn't liking the League, and I wasn't even doing the mirrors. I was dying too much in them. They were slowing me down. Just wasn't having a good time with the League mechanic, because one, I am having the NVIDIA driver issues to where it's very laggy for me. But real quick overview for the build: 3 voices, 9 purposeful harbingers, 6 heraldries, 3 endbringers. Once you've got that, you're golden. I started with 7 slot voices. I dropped to 5 slot voices myself in a simulacrum, so I sold my 7. The very next round, a doctor card dropped, so I saved up and bought another 5 slot voices. So the build's gotten pretty nasty. Upgrades I'm looking for next: corrupted Milagros gloves, corrupted shavs, corrupted shield, potentially corrupted helmet. Probably not. I'm gonna do that because it's not really needed. Awaken control destruction. I do have the awaken other ones. Hypothermia for bosses. Don't really think I'm gonna upgrade the nebulous. It's pretty good. But just little things like that. Again, I don't want to put too much more into this, but if I'm able to get, more mana reserved, swap this ring out for another unset, throw in another aura like Pride or something, or a banner, whatever. But the build is awesome. Let me throw a map at it real quick. Sweet.
How are your maps? Stay sane.
Blast real quick. Again, when you're following my PoB, 9 purposeful harbingers. It's a must. You have to have that, right? 6 heraldries will make your heralds free. Unless you're running mana, oh my god, this is not here. Unless you're running the -1 mana reserve items, you're not going to be able to get away without running the heraldries. That is your goal though, is to get rid of it. So you can run less heraldries and more endbringers, or replenishing whatever you're going to run. That's your goal, but it's not something you want to worry about early on. Just getting the build started. So 9 purposeful harbingers, 6 heraldries, and 3 endbringers. So as you can see, the build is fast. At least you can tell when of course helps that. My movement speed, onslaught, phasing, does it all. It's just wild. The build just pumps. I'm 4 days in on the build. 2 of those days were different builds. So only really about 2 actual gameplay days on this version of the build. I'm new to this version of the build, believe it or not, even though I've just been watching all the guys playing it, kind of learning how the Herald stuff works. Again, I'm not an expert at it. I'm following other people are doing it, just trying my own flavor. Because the build's very different for everyone based on what gyms you have, based on your sockets. There's just so many moving parts. As you can see, C14, Triple Excellent, just blasting it, no sweat. Drop some. Phoenix map. Alright, that's it. Anyways, build is fun. I got a conquer to go do now. I will upload this video, add my PoB, And if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. Again, take it slow. This build can just scale over and over and over as you put more into it. But I promise you, it's not as expensive as everyone is saying it is to get it started. You don't even have to use voices. You can use like a large cluster with multiple sockets in it and do it that way. You can really make this build for not that much money. Now, it's not going to be what mine is because you're not going to have all the items, but it'll allow you to make money with it and start saying, okay, now we got a better nebulous. Now we got the enchant on the helm. Now I got a better ring. I got a perfectly rolled shaft. I got the better crystal belt. I got the 5 slot. You know, there's so many spots to upgrade that the min-maxing is what makes this build so fun, because you can just tinker with it every day and every day make an upgrade until you get to the point to where it's like the 30 exalt upgrades. But thanks guys for hanging out. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, and now that I've moved and I've got stationary, I'll start pumping out more content. All right, peace.